back in action here at the Westgate. We apologize for the momentary delay. We had to reboot our system here. The players took a quick break, so you weren't missing any action. Again, our score is now 2-1 in favor of the money shot team who has the break. That is Pauline Craycraft.
Managed to make a solid on the break. Good opening shot that she left her partner too. Corey's got a shot at this one ball, trying to assess the table a little bit, what's going on. Fairly open table. The two ball's going to have a little bit of an issue finding a pocket. I think that's the only one that's not makeable right now, but it's not like it's a perfect run out table either. Left Pauline a really good shot here. You know, people ask all the time about jump shots. Yes, you absolutely can shoot jump shots in the APA, unless the local place that you play weekly do not allow jump shots or messe shots. Jump shots are allowed as long as you're good enough to shoot a jump shot with your own cue.
Right.
And obviously make it illegal, not scooping under, but hitting down on the cue ball.
Yeah.
Which is not an easy thing to do, especially with your own cue. A full ball is very tough.
Team of money shot taking a timeout here is Corey. Imparts some wisdom on his teammate, Pauline. Again, so important for each of the teammates to kind of be on the same page, Ava, when you have that alternate shot, kind of understanding what the other's thinking. And as we mentioned, each team gets one timeout per game, so they took it fairly early in this fourth game. Pauline pockets the 7 there in the corner.
I've always said, too, that somebody that, especially like you said, if you have a 5 and a 5 playing, that's one thing. But if you have a higher skill level player with a lower skill level player, a good Jack and Jill partner would also make a good coach for a team, because you understand the different skill levels.
Sure.
It's not that difficult for a 5 to tell another 5 what to do, or a 7 tell another 7. But when you have a 7 telling a 3 what shot to shoot, you need to quickly think like a 3. What is a 3 capable of doing? Because, you know, sometimes I'll see 7 give a timeout to a 3, saying just hit this with a little bit of low right and spin around 2 rails and hit it kind of medium. And the 3 will look at it.
Sounds like what my captain Kevin Hinkabine tells me when we play in league.
And how does that work out?
That sounds very familiar to a coach that he gives me. And I always tell him, I said, you know my skill level, right? Pauline here again at the table.
And I just looked down here, and I agree with you, Doug Lindquist. I agree with you. I'm not a big fan of the jump cue. I use it. I've gotten pretty good at it through the years, but I enjoy the kicking aspect of this game. Yeah. And if you can jump it with your own cue, that's fine. But I wish, I think a lot of that was for television. People who watch TV, they love the jump shot.
Well, and you know, offense makes for good TV, obviously, and not just pool, but any sport. And I'll admit, I kind of like to see the jump shot. It's got a certain element to it. But again, I think there are probably a lot of locations around the country that don't want 2s, 3s, and 4s jumping balls on the tables if they can avoid it.
That's true. But also, I mean, using a jump cue is obviously only going to benefit the better players. Right. So, again, part of the somewhat complicated equalizer system. There's little things like that that kind of, you know, make it more of an even playing field.
Yeah. No jump cue, no push out, 9 ball.
All right, just wanted to come all the way around, I think, to be able to play the 2 ball in that left corner. She may have, if she can get by the 15 ball, she may have an opening, though not a full pocket, to make it past the 14. That's really close. Kind of tough to tell from here.
I'm trying to figure out the corners couple team, those shirts they got on there, Ava. What do you think that's about? The different numbers there? I kind of just started to notice that. One's got the 03 and the other 08.
I was thinking that was your job to find out
I
before the
know.
match. Oh, wow.
I just now realized.
Nice try. Yeah.
I got so hung up on the baby. You know, each of them had a baby story. One of them just had a baby. The other's having a baby on Friday, and it's twins, and it's a girl. But, yeah, you see the 03 and the 08. I don't know. Maybe they've got some folks back home watching that can fill us in on that. I'm not sure.
Good thinking.
A lot of times the comments enlighten us on different things about these particular players, as there's a lot of family and friends tuning in to watch, root them on.
Well, corners couple do have a chance here to tie this match up. The balls are wide open. All the main issues have been taken care of, so now it's just pocketing balls.
Mike Torres is asking if we remember Scott Frost.
Oh, yes,
I
absolutely.
know of him. I can't say I know Scott personally. They call him like the freezer or something like that.
He's a really good guy. He's just opened up, I believe, a pool room in
That's
Phoenix.
called isn't that called the freezer?
Yeah,
or
something like that.
Yeah. So I'm not sure why he's.
No, when I saw it, when you said that, and I looked down, I said, "Do you remember?" That sounded kind of morbid, but yeah.
Well, hopefully he's okay and
Yeah.
very successful.
Good player.
In his new pool room there.
Good player.
Jeff Long says his stream was working fine before you fixed it. I think the stream was fine. I think the issue we had was that because our system was down, we were unable to change the camera angle. So if you wondered why we were on the overhead shot the entire time without a scoreboard and some of the other angles we've been able to show you, that was because we were kind of stuck. So we wanted to reset. The players asked that we go ahead and do that. We did give them the option. But with, again, a lot of folks back home, for each of them tuning in, they wanted to be able to give them a good experience. So appreciate everybody sticking with us through that.
All right, missed shot there by Beth on the 9 ball, but left a really tough one here on the 2. I don't even think there's no way for him to cut this backwards, I don't think. He would have to hit it so thin. Doesn't look like there's a shot there. Talk about having to let the cue ball fly if he does have a shot. See if he's playing a safety. Is he trying to cut this? Man, it's tough to tell if that's even makeable. No. All right, not a bad shot there.
It needs
Good
that
thinking.
cue ball. There we go.
You know, if all else fails, you can't find a safety, you can't find a snooker, leave the cue ball as far away from any object ball and freeze it to the end rail. That's like always the go-to safety.
Right.
You may leave a shot, but at least you're going to leave a difficult one.
Again, that's Eric Laisure, corners couple at the table.
Gonna just get a little cluster with the 8 ball going over there. So it's gonna be a good safety battle here. It has been one so far. The last couple of shots, very smart shots. And obviously, corners couple has the advantage simply by having more balls on the table here. They can kind of toy with money shot a little bit. All right, she got the 2 ball off the rail there into more in the middle of the table where they're going to possibly have a shot when they do get a shot. But you can see here, obviously the shot is for Beth to just hit straight on that 9 ball, leave it on the rail. That opens it up. And if she does that, then no shot on the 2, dead snooker. But, oh, my goodness, how about that shot? Explosion.
Wow. 2 for 1 there.
That's right. Made a couple of balls there. And at the same time, this is a perfect situation for Eric, because now he can play that shot and just tap into the 9.
I'm guessing she didn't intend
Play
for both
safety.
of those balls to go in, right?
No, but she made one
take
good
it.
shot, and she got a little bonus ball there. That's all right.
I think that's what Eric's saying right now. Did you mean to do that?
I'm with you, Bob. Bob says the ladies are smarter than the guys.
Well, of course.
That's pretty, yeah, I'm with Bob. Hi, Scott, and thank you, Kenneth.
Yeah, you see that? Kenneth Furtaw has your book from the late 90s.
You would do good by reading that. But
Yeah, oh, I'm sure.
Maybe you could learn,
Most
the
people
number of
are
the balls.
amazed with all the professional pool players I know that I am not better at pool than I am. All right. Beth here at the table.
Well, Matthew, all the spectators we were talking about that before. Hi, by the way. They're either playing their matches right now, the 8-ball players, or they are playing Mini Manias or resting up because they got matches coming up tonight. The 9-ball players and the ladies, most of them have left. All the Masters player teams are playing. It is packed in the main 3 rooms that we have.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, there was a 6 o'clock round here for 8-ball, I believe. So you've got that entire room playing. And I'm guessing for the rest of the 8-ballers that are not playing, they're probably out exploring or, as you said, resting up. Because, again, the later you go into the tournament, the less rest there is because you start playing every round. So if you're here to sightsee, you do that when you're not playing. And otherwise, you're resting or you're in the main tournament room. So.
All right, that ties it up right there. 2 apiece.
Deadlocked at 2.
All right, while we'll wait here, I got to find out why Scott Kane is mad at me. I can't have Scott Kane mad at me. What's going on, Scott? I need to at least know what I did.
Yeah, we'll humor him.
Although I'm scared to ask. Are you ready on that, the erase button?
I'm more disappointed no one has enlightened us yet as to why the
the
different
3 and the 8
numbers on the shirts of
right
Corner's couple. I need to know this. We have to send one of our producers down after the next game to find out, because that's going to drive me crazy. One is 03, one is 08. The prize money, the first place prize money for this event is $3,500. This event is 100% payback of entry fees going to the top 25% of the field. You can see payouts go all the way down to 33rd place, where we have 32 teams tie for that. So I think the grand total comes out at about 25,600 if my math's correct, somewhere around there.
100?
25,000 something. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's
You're
seeing if I'm going to be good at math is what you're doing, right?
Well,
and
you
the
said
answer would be
100, so I
no.
thought I wanted to make sure that you made the 1,000.
I was looking through to
There you
see
go,
if it-
25,600.
Is that right? Is that what it comes out at? Oh, Steve's got it there. Look at that. See? 25,600. Total payout for this particular event that features 256 teams. Down to the final 2. One from Ohio, one from West Virginia.
Well, Scott, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ignore you. I must not have heard you. You said hello to me, and then I just left. I wouldn't have done that if I'd have heard you. I'm sorry, buddy. You're just going to have to win and make it back out here again in April, and I'll be here. We'll do it again. All right, so a little bit of a messier table this time. The last couple of racks have been pretty open. Not a lot of defensive shots and chances to go ahead and run a few balls. This is a completely different deal here. Whoops. She didn't mean to do that. Cue ball came out, left that stripe right in the corner of the 10 ball.
So for the folks that are just tuning in, you are watching live coverage of the APA Jack and Jill 8-Ball Doubles Championship. We are here at the Westgate Resort and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada, where we've been now, Ava, for just under a week. This tournament got underway last Thursday. The World Championships at least got underway last Thursday. Jack and Jill event began on Sunday. And here we are 48 hours later at our championship. You're seeing the team of Money Shot at the table. That was Pauline there. They are from Toledo, Ohio. Now seeing her teammate Corey in the blue shirt. There's a nice shot there of the 4 participants. Corey currently at the table. In the background, you've got Corners couple. They are from Martinsburg, West Virginia. That's Eric and Beth. Laisure.
And all these stripes are down there kind of clustered together, but there's a way to break them up. So it's not an impossible table by any means. And hi, Greg. Craig Jensen. Good player from Australia saying hi. We got people from all over the world,
the
really.
globe
Yeah.
tuning in. Of course, we had teams here from all the way over in Japan once again. Nice to know where folks are tuning in from.
Will this combo go? Might go off the 1 ball, perhaps. No. Didn't really leave much, though. It's going to continue a little bit of a cat and mouse game here, I think. He's got a bank here, I believe, on the 2. Can hit and stick there. That will leave a shot on the 1 ball for his partner, Beth. Kind of a straight on one here. Little bit of an off angle, but if he hits it firm, he should be able to shorten it up and have it go 1 cushion. And you always want to play. It's one of the first things you learn when you're playing. If you're going to bank a ball, make sure you bank it short and you have kind of a backup plan to have it go in the opposite corner instead. Unless it's the 8, of course.
Want to make sure we recognize the 2 teams that have already returned home as champions in this year's event. We had in the ladies 8-ball championship the team of the Apocalyptics. They were from Chicago. Your newest champions in the ladies 8-ball division. And last night we crowned the 5th Street Players from DuPont, Illinois as 9-ball world champions. This, of course, now the 3rd of 5 championships we'll be bringing you live. We'll have coverage of the Masters Championship Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific, and then we'll follow that up on Saturday at 3 o'clock with the final event, the 8-ball championship. So keep tuning in. You can follow all of our action here at Facebook, poolplayers.com, our website.
It was a good shot. She couldn't see quite enough of it because of the 10 ball to pocket the 9, but she just made sure she blocked that pocket. You know, as a straight pool and 9 ball player mainly, I won at 8-ball championships years ago, but there's just not a lot of 8-ball pro tournaments. Until recently, it's picked up a little bit, especially because of Asia, and we had the IPT that we all played in for a while.
Right.
But just haven't played a lot of 8-ball, so a lot of little moves that I've learned from our players in the Coastal Carolina area and coming out here that I just didn't see as much before because I just didn't play a lot of 8-ball.
Right. Have you tried the Chinese 8-ball yet?
I
Have you played any
have,
of that?
yes.
And so is that the same
Once.
rules as American 8-ball?
It's a
I just know
little
the
bit.
table
Yeah,
is crazy.
yeah. I
But
mean, played snooker growing up a little bit, and talk about a serious size table there and different strategy. Much easier to play safety because a ball doesn't have to hit a cushion after contact. You can just leave them long and it's a safe because the table is so big. So I love playing the different games. Played a lot of 3-cushion billiards. That's very big in Europe as well. And all games help whatever you're trying to do. You know, all that is
so, yeah.
additional knowledge. Not a bad try. All right, let's see what money shot can come up with here. Easy shot, obviously, for Pauline. The 7 is right there. She needs to get out. She hits the... Oh, she's shooting the 9-ball down at the other side. That's right. As long as she doesn't follow this in, she should definitely leave Corey a shot. That'll work. Corey has a great angle to come up for the 14 or the 10. And one of the things, too, when you're playing with your partner is don't try to get too cute, you know, and respect your skill level 3 or your skill level 4 if you are a lopsided team. Don't try to get too straight in and too perfect, because one thing that 2s and 3s and 4s tend to be able to do really well is make the ball. They may not be able to give you great position, but as a higher skill level, you need to play the pattern so you're staying on the correct side of the ball. So if a 2 or a 3 or 4 make the ball they're shooting at, they have kind of built-in position. That's how you can make a 3 when you're playing doubles like this look like they're playing like a 5, because it's really up to the higher skill level player to leave the correct angle where they can get that natural position. They don't have to move the cue ball too much or draw it or that type of thing.
Well, money shot should have a good opportunity here to move to the hill. Corey leaves Pauline a shot. The side pocket, she'll mark that pocket up.
Dawn, I'll tell you something interesting. She was asking what the chances of the World Championships ever being televised, and now obviously that would be great. But at the same time, we actually get a lot more viewers, or as many viewers, through the different formats that we have.
Yeah.
Between YouTube and Facebook and everything else, you'd be surprised how many people actually watch this.
Yeah, I mean, I think the future of billiards in terms of spectating is definitely on the internet. So yeah, it's obviously a more cost-effective platform to utilize. And, you know, to be on, say, an ESPN, I mean, you know this, Ava, you have to have major advertising / sponsorship dollars to cover those production costs and TV buy times. And, you know, I don't know that we would be able to, you know, bring you as many of the events that we do, you know, on major cable programming. So hopefully you're enjoying the streaming coverage here on Facebook or YouTube or wherever you're watching us from. Nice strong break there.
Good break, Corey.
By Corey.
And again, we have one of those open tables. Let's see, what did he make here? 6, they got the stripes, I believe. Or is it choice? One of each. All right, so open table. I think either way they're going to be in good shape. Just so a reminder too that I haven't seen too many timeouts. Each team gets one timeout per
game,
rack.
yeah.
But I think both teams are kind of letting the other player just do their thing. And
Right.
that's an interesting thing too, that a lot of people have it tend to get an attitude if you say timeout. Like, no, I already know what I'm going to do.
Leave
Yeah,
me
but
alone.
no, I don't like what you're doing. Well,
Right.
I do. It's
Right.
one of those. All right, so Pauline likes the 9 ball.
Can't quite get it to drop there in that corner.
No, and that still leaves the table open. Eric made sure that that was the case.
They pocket one of each on the break. Of course, corners couple desperately needing a win here to stay in this match. Money shot now on the hill in this race to 4.
Beth was able to get the cue ball up there high enough for him to get to the 10. And this is a very possible run out here. If he can get perfect position here, that wasn't perfect, but at the 14, 11, 15, I would have loved for him to be able to get a good position on the 15 there, because then it was 15, 14, 11, 8. That would have been a great run. They're going to have to work a little bit harder for it now.
Don, we certainly understand what you're saying, and we do agree with you. Of course, we would love to be able to have these events on broadcast television, but just some of the elements make it a little challenging. And if you think about it, you know, we are talking about amateur, level sports here, and aside from maybe college athletics, you just don't see a lot of amateur stuff on the major sports broadcasts. Maybe some Little League World Series, as I see when I go back to my room, the 2 hours that I get to not work a day out here. It seems like that Little League World Series seems to always be on.
All right, nice speed shot here to come up for the 15. He's got plenty of room to make. Oh, wow. That was obviously not what he had planned. I'm not sure what he was trying to do there even. He could have just followed that and come straight up for the 15. Maybe he was trying to get, like I said, get a little too cute with position there to get up.
Brad Moore, that's an interesting question, buddy. I don't know, but I would be curious to know if we have any team with the actual Jack and Jill as the combination of their names.
And I have to agree with Lance there that they do deserve a pat on the back to get this point, to get to the finals in any of these.
Absolutely.
Whether it's whatever format you're playing is pretty impressive. And again, I do love how together both of these teams seem. You know, they don't seem to be rattled at all by missing a shot, even if it's an easy shot. They look very supportive of each other, very composed. And again, you know, a lot of times I have to remind myself, I'm used to doing commentary mostly for the pros if I'm not playing, and we fall apart. And I am amazed at how focused and how calm and together these guys look when they get here. Same thing yesterday, same thing in the ladies. We had a couple of players yesterday and the day before that were a little bit shaky, but that's to be expected. But you got to remember that just because you're in the finals doesn't mean you're going to play 10 times better than you are. You still are who you are, and let that be okay. You're going to miss balls, you're going to make mistakes, but you got to forgive your teammates, and you got to forgive yourself as fast as you can.
Corey at the table here. Corey is a former Marine who's now in school.
All right, Corey and Pauline, they have a chance to finish it right here. This could be it.
Hold your breath, folks.
Colleen's going to do her pre-aim. Find her spot here. Just don't want to freeze that cue ball on the side rail. And she should be able to leave a shot for her partner. Look out for the scratch. Look out for the scratch. And that'll work.
And that'll bring Corey to the table, shooting on the 8 ball.
This has been a good battle between these two teams.
This would be
very even team
for the title here if he can make this ball. See him take a deep breath there. And folks, there you have it. Your 2017 Jack and Jill 8-ball champions from Toledo, Ohio. The team of Money Shot, Corey Pounders, Pauline Craycraft. Congratulations to them. They are now $3,500 richer. Also, congratulations to Corners Couple for an outstanding tournament, making it here to the final round. We appreciate you folks joining us this evening. Again, we will be back on Friday, 1 p.m. Pacific, for coverage of the Masters Finals. Until then, follow us on Facebook and poolplayers.com for the latest updates here from Las Vegas. Thanks for joining us, folks. Have a good evening.